Today, we're making chili Colorado. So if you love beef chili and you love Mexican food, stay tuned because this recipe is up next. Here I've got about 2.5 pounds of beef cheek meat. But for you, I'd recommend using beef chuck. This meat is more flavorful, however, but it's also got a lot more connective tissue. It's an overworked muscle because of their constant chewing their cud, which means it's tougher to break down and make tender. In fact, I usually cook it for about 10 hours in a slow cooker. Then you can pull it out, break it up into smaller pieces, and it makes the best street tacos. And a link for this recipe can be found in the description below. In the meantime, you want to just season your meat with kosher salt and pepper and stir it up really good. It's also important that your meat gets to room temperature. Now, in a hot pot on the stove, I'm going to add some olive oil. And I'm just going to add enough to coat the bottom of the pan. Then I'm going to add the beef to the pot and get searing this meat right away. And if you're wanting a good texture on there with a good sear, you don't want to overcrowd the pan like I'm doing here. You want to split it up into 2 batches. Now here I've got a homemade enchilada sauce, or what some may call a guajillo sauce, chili sauce, what have you. It's a real important ingredient in this recipe. You just break off the stems and de-seed these chilies. You add them to a pot with some chicken broth and bring it to a boil. Make sure they get all softened up. Then add it to a blender with a few other ingredients, including some fresh cloves of garlic. Then it's practically pureed, then ran through a sieve or strainer till you have a nice, clean, thick chili sauce. And this recipe will be included with a link in the description below. Now back on the stove, we've had about 5 minutes of cooking here on one side of that beef cheek meat. Now we're just going to flip all of these pieces over and get a good sear on the other side. And after another 5 minutes or so, your pieces should look something like this. Now it's time to add our chili sauce. And there's approximately 40 ounces of freedom here. And you want to turn your heat down to a simmer and go ahead and stir all this in. Now cover with the lid, and you want to cook this for approximately 2 hours. Now our sauce has darkened quite a bit, and it's filled that meat with all that rich flavor. It's beautiful. Now it's time to plate. And just so you know, I have made this recipe with pork, chicken. It's good either way. So if you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I also like to add a cup of steamed white rice to the side here and top it with chopped scallion and cilantro. And there you have it, chili Colorado, right here in the Poor Man's Gourmet Kitchen. Thank you for watching, and be sure to stop by PoorMansGourmetKitchen.com for more recipes and exact ingredients.